of the thick of it all. If they don't give me room, well then I'll give them a while. I'm gonna smoke my tires when the victory calls. I'm gonna be there, be there. I wanna see my face up on the jumbo screen. Feel the white hot metal of a winning machine. Because you win or you lose and there's no in between. I wanna be there, be there, be there.
NASCAR on speed. Be there.
Race number 9 of the Target Series season heads to Newton, Iowa at the Iowa Speedway for the running of the Advanced Auto Parts 250. On pole for today's race is 66 of Eric Olson. Beside him starting in second, one of the drivers tied for the points lead, Danny Lloyd in the 21. Then in third place, it's Jennifer Buford. Fourth place to Levi Shones, and rounding out the top 5, the 16 of Mathis Wells. His teammate Keyshawn Richardson starts outside in 6th. 7th place for Jose Mills. Jake Galway in 8th. Felix Jansen trying to recover after a few bad races starts in 9th. And rounding out the top 10, the 93 of Ronan Curtis. Back behind them, we have Riley Spurgeon in the 22. Beside him, the 19 of Jade Jefferson. Then there's the 07 of Bronson Minnick and the 1 of Jeff Wright. Then there's Conrad Evans and the 90 of Brandon Beal, along with Nolan Lawrence and the 15 of Matthew Burnett. Then there's the 4 of Landon Lyons and the 92 of Jordan Stout. Zachary DeLello also tied for the points lead, and J. Reno 74 to his outside. Then we have Kenny Walrus and the 01 of Colton Yo, along with the 8 of Eli Bright and the 42 of Will Graymont. Then there's Brendan Sarland and the 13 of Samet Osgin, with Ross McTrain and Marshall Burrow in the 52. Then we have Luke Rainey and Anthony Hernandez, DJ Reed and Justin Zidell, Code Red and Adam McDowell, Jake Richardson, Evan Hunter, and in the final row, Brett Sierra 9 and 00, Jonathan Buford. There's our 42-car field for racing here at Iowa, the 7/8 mile racetrack in Newton. Let's go on trackside to fire these cars up.
Drivers, start your engines.
You only have the
40 cars rolling here at Iowa to go racing for 38 laps in the Advanced Auto Parts 250. Normally these races in the Target Series 45 laps long, 7 laps short, so these drivers have a little bit less time to get up through the field. Track position means a lot here at Iowa. We might see a few crashes as well, depending on how crazy these drivers get. Eric Olson, Daniel Lloyd in the front row. They step on the gas. We're Green Flag Racing in Newton, Iowa. Olson clear out front. Jennifer Buford clear in second. They battle off 4. Eric Olson leads the first lap of this race from a pole spot, but quickly to the inside for Jennifer Buford, off to the first corner, side by side for the race in lap 2. Jennifer Buford to take it in the 98. Mathis Wells filling the hole to the inside of the 16. Here comes 81 of Jose Mills, also come to the front line with the 61 of Felix Jansen. Through 3 and 4, Jennifer Buford can lead the second lap. Here comes Wells with a run to the inside, and the 16 takes it to the bottom off to turn 1. Mathis Wells with the preferred lane through 1 and 2. And Mathis Wells takes it 3 wide for second. Buford contact with Olson into Mills, and around they go to the inside. Jansen also collected those 3, spin around. Coming back up for Jansen. He gets collected by Brendan Sarland and others. Caution flag is out early on. A massive crash. 3 of our front runners collected, and they collect others as well. Mathis Wells back around front of the 16. He'll lead under the first yellow. Tons of damage. Jake Richardson, Jose Mills, Felix Jansen. His bad streak continues. Brendan Sarland, obviously. Ross McTrain, Eric Olson as well. A lot of cars involved in this one. Caution flag is in the air for the first time in the Advanced Auto Parts 250. Let's see what happened to Felix Jansen in the 61. Big battle early on. This is only lap number 3, and they get 3 wide for second as Jennifer Buford 98 goes up the racetrack. Eric Olson also kind of slides up the track. They're going to get together off turn 2 right here as 98 tries to get off the wall. 66 is there to the middle, and they make contact down to Jose Mills. Felix Janssen also spins around. Beeford able to save the car. Then Janssen gets spun around here by Olsen. Mills trying to get going again, and now Janssen gets in the inside wall. He comes back up the racetrack, right into the path of Brendan Sarlin. Nowhere for the 36 to go. McTrain hits hard. Jay Reno hits hard. Kenny Walrus in the 9-9. There's the 13 Cement Oskin. 39 Jake Richardson. 9 Brett Sierra. Luke Rainey bounces off. Mills collects the 61 again. There, I think the 18 also involved of DJ Reed. So there were a good amount of cars involved, and definitely the worst hit of this, Felix Janssen and Brendan Sarland, as they hit very, very hard in turns 3 and 4. And this is just classic Iowa racing. It's always, hard-nosed racing. You never know what you're going to get. Sometimes you get some long green flag runs. Other times it's like this, where you get an early crash, and that might lead to 2 or 3 more crashes, depending on how crazy this racing is going to get. So look at this again. They're on the inside wall. They're going to come back up right into Sarland. Look at all the others that get involved. Code Red, the 28, also may be involved in this one. But just unfortunate for all of them that were involved, as this is early on in this race, and we're going to have a few cars out. And Brendan really had nowhere to go in that scenario. Cars in front of him hitting the gas again by Eli Bright. The car in front of him got by, but Brendan just nowhere to go. Wrong place, wrong time for the 36. Back around to the yellow flag in front. The 16 of Mathis Wells leads the way for Colleague Racing. He leads back to the green flag under the first yellow flag here in the Advanced Auto Parts 250, race 9 of the Target Series season. The early yellow is cleaned up, and we're ready to go back racing here on lap number 8. 31 laps to go when we get the green flag here at Iowa. Out from that crash, Brendan Sarland, Felix Janssen, along with Jake Richardson, Ross McTrain in the 17, and the 13 of Samet Oskin. 35 cars still left running, but a lot of which at the back had damage, like the 81, the 74, 28, 66. The 2 might have some damage, the 18, the 9, maybe some others as well. So coming back to the green flag for Mathis Wells, he's out in front. Second place to Jennifer Beeford, then Danny Lloyd, Levi Schoens, and Riley Spurley to complete the top 5. Then there's Bronson Minnick, Brandon Beal, Jay Jefferson, Nolan Lawrence, and Landon Lyons. That is the front 10. Speaking of Bronson Minnick, Lever Minnick winner in the Pennzoil Truck Series just yesterday. Green flag in the air, back racing Iowa, and a great jump for Mathis Wells in the 16. Yeah, he caught Jennifer Beeford sleeping on that start. But Wells does overdrive 1 and 2 a little bit. The rest behind stay a little committed to the bottom as Beeford tries to fend off Lloyd for a second. Danny Lloyd started in the second position, got back down the inside quickly and trying to make more moves back up to the front, trying to get back up to that second spot as the 21 moves beneath the 98. Side by side for that spot off to the first corner. 30 laps to go here at Iowa. Wells again up the racetrack and 1 and 2. Lloyd right down around the bottom, side by side for the lead into turns 3 and 4. Danny Lloyd inside. Code Red on pit road, going to fall lap down the 28. Meanwhile, Danny Lloyd moves out in front of the 21. Levi Schoens bows to the inside of Mathis Wells for a second, bringing Riley Spurley in the 22 with them. Lloyd to lead, Schoens to second. The bow for third is Spurley to the inside of Wells as Schoens tries to get to the inside of Lloyd. Through 3 and 4, Lloyd up the racetrack. Here comes Schoens to the inside, digging hard off 4. 10 laps complete. Lloyd leads again, but Schoens early off turn 1. Schoens slides to the middle. To the bottom 3 wide comes the 22 of Riley Spurley in the gas. Spurley for the lead into turn 3. He slides up almost into Schoens. Here comes Bronson Minnick to try and make it 3 wide. Close racing off the corner. Spurley leads, but 3 wide to the bottom for Bronson Minnick to turn 1. This is battle for the lead on lap 12 of 38. 3 wide as Schoens backs out. That's now for third. To the inside, Jennifer Beeford and Danny Lloyd. Almost contact made between those 3. Bronson Minnick now out front. Jennifer slides up almost into Lloyd. And here comes the 16 of Wells back in the gas. These are some of the best drivers that you'll come across. Jennifer Beeford, a past champion in this series. Lloyd, a champion in the Pennzoil Truck Series. Wells, a Pennzoil Truck Series champion. Levi Schoens, a Gatorade Cup Series champion. Riley Spurley has had shots at Gatorade Cup Series titles in the past. Got second and third just a few seasons ago. Back to back as he puts Minnick into the wall from the lead. Both of which get to the wall. To the front goes Jennifer Buford. Contact between the 22 and the 07. And that's damage to both of them. Look at Schoens on the apron with an issue in the 08 possibly. Look at the cars that's brought into it now. Behind them, here comes Jay Jefferson. He's won here before. Nolan Lawrence in the 51. The 90 of Brandon Beal, Ronan Curtis. DeLello comes in time with Danny Lloyd for the points lead. Eli Bright, Landon Lyons. Jeff Bright and Jake Galloway. This is one of Galloway's favorite racetracks on the schedule. He performs really well here. Now he's up into the top 15. First time today. Mathis 16, they'll back out in front. Jeffrey Beeford right now in second. The battle for third. Danny Lloyd. Shones lights up the track. Lawrence to the inside. He'll grab a top 5 spot. Spurge him into Shones. Has to lift for turning him sideways. DeLello moving to the inside. The 35 as Spurge goes way up the track in the 22. And the front two have gotten away. Jennifer Beeford back inside Mathis Wells. If they keep battling, third on back can gain and close in. But it's Jennifer back out in front here in Iowa. The battle for third. Nolan Lawrence inside of Danny Lloyd. 3 wide behind as DeLello tries to get up to that 21 to try and finish ahead of him for the points. DeLello through to 5th. Eli Bright moving up to the front of the 8 car. The highest he's been all race long. Jake Galloway's 3 wide bomb in the 20. Spurgeon in the middle. Up top it's Levi Shones. They're hitting all 4. Oh, that is close racing. Galloway lifted, I think for Spurgeon right there to make sure he didn't hit him, but still stays to the inside to turn 1. 20 laps to go this time by. This is great stuff. And now as these two battle, Wells back out front, Jennifer Beeford. Lawrence is down the bumper in 3rd. And Lloyd closing in 4th. DeLello in 5th. Galloway may have shoved Spurgeon aside. Galloway moving forward. Jeff Bright the one with them. Great racing. 20 to go. Halfway next time by. Here comes Nolan Lawrence to the inside of 1 and 2. Nolan Lawrence looking for the lead in Iowa. How about this, man? He came out of nowhere now midway through the race. He's up at the front, kind of like what we saw in the Pennzoil Truck Series race yesterday. We didn't see him until 10 to go. DeLello, Eli Bright rub behind. Eli to the inside for a top 5. Looking for 4th now in Jennifer Beeford. Meanwhile, Lloyd's closed in. Now it's a 3-car race at the front. Lawrence slides up the track. 18 to go this time by. Danny Lloyd to the inside. Behind here comes Jeff Bright on Eli Bright. Lloyd slides a little wide. Nolan Lawrence up the track. Behind them, here comes the 0-1 of Colton. You're looking 3 wide on the Brights. I think he's going to stay down to the inside as well. I don't think Jeff can clear him. Jeff sliding up. His son's up there. Here comes Jake Gower in the 20. How about the 10 of Keyshawn Richardson poking his nose to the inside 3 wide pair? They come to Brett Seaver, the first lap car. Then the 81 of Jose Mills. That's the last 2 champions in the series. And who he holds up, but points there, Danny Lloyd. Mathis Wells back out in front of the 16. Lloyd will try and get low. As Wells now has to deal with the 81 of Mills. Wells held up by the 81. He'll get low off 2, but here comes Danny Lloyd with the run. Wells to clear the 81. Back behind them, they're 3 wide trying to get around the 9 car. This could cause carnage. Look at them sliding sideways as they try to get by the Junior Motorsports number 9 of Brett Sierra. They're still 3 wide behind to turn 1. If I'm Sierra, I might just go way high to try and get 2 lanes to get through. Is there? Oh my gosh, they are getting close back here. So we have a car stopped on the apron. Will that cause a yellow? It's the 74 Jay Brando. He's still going, but there was obviously some sort of issue there. We're still green though. Danny Lloyd for the lead in turn 1. Got it from Wells. Now the rest of the field tries to get around these lap cars. Jose Mills still on the outside falling back. Brett Sierra holding up Jeff Bright the most. That's his teammate. Jeff finally going to get down in front of Adam McDowell, but lots of time lost right there. It may be out of a shot for the win. His teammate Zidell got around him. Now Mills going to try and let Zidell to get around him. It does. But back up to the front where the biggest battle is happening. 3 wide. Jake Galloway in the middle. Keyshawn Richardson to the bottom. Up top, Nolan Lawrence as Daniel Lloyd leads. Galloway and Lawrence might make some contact in the wall hard, and Jake Galloway's upside down the 20. Sliding on his roof down the front stretch. Oh, he got hit because the 7 hit. They might stack up on the front stretch now. You have the 11, the 7, and others. How's Jake Galloway doing? He's back on his wheels, but yellow flag is out, and Danny Lloyd leads in the 21. Contact inside the front 5. Jake Galloway, Nolan Lawrence make contact, and it was on from there. Now it's going to set up a late race restart under 10 to go when we take it. Let's see what happened. Jake Galloway done in the Advanced Auto Parts 250. 3 wide for second, and this is how the first crash started. They were 3 wide up at the front, and they spun down, then came back up. This time, as Galloway's in the middle lane, 3 wide, he shoves up into Nolan Lawrence. The 51 really can't give much more room, and they're just going to get hooked together up the track. Galloway hard to the wall, flips him over. 20 on his roof. Lawrence into him. Jennifer Beeford scrapes by. And right here, Landon Lyons in the wall, trying to slow down in the 4. Coming into it, the 7 of Zidell's going to hit the 4, hit the 11. Conrad Evans may be involved as well as the 20 then comes back up. Look at all the cars flying by or trying to stop. You see McDowell stopping Mills. Sears trying to stop, but I think Luke Rainey ran into him. My word, yellow flag number 2. Once again, more front runners collected. That being Lawrence and Galloway. Both running inside the top 3 at the time of the accident. Right there. Luckily for Galloway, ends up back on all 4 wheels as he definitely did not want to stay on his roof for that. He was on his roof for a long time, didn't want to stay on his roof any longer, but right here is, watch Zidell coming into it. He's sideways, and he would have gotten low if not. His teammate was already down there. Didn't want his teammate Kenny Walrus back involved in another one. Anthony Nez, the 11 as well. Very interesting to see if that 89 missed it. He was right in the thick of it. Watch Conrad Evans. Yeah, he just kind of, the seas parted for Conrad. He got through, so 89 through, and he'll be part of the lead battle late in the going here at Iowa. We'll restart with under 10 to go in the Advanced Auto Parts 250. The guy time for the points lead, Danny Lloyd, leads this race, looking to get back the points lead. In the 21, he's out in front for the final restart, possibly of the day. Green flag, 9 laps to go when we get it. So this could very likely be the final restart. Unless we get a quick yellow, then we have one more to deal with. Daniel Lloyd out in front in the 21. Out from that crash for Jake Galloway, Anthony Nez, and Justin Zidell. Jay Brando 2 laps down. Code Red, Jose Mills, Brett Sierra all 1 lap down. 28 cars on the lead lap. Last one being Nolan Lawrence, who was involved in that last accident. So Daniel Lloyd is out in front trying to get the points lead back. Keyshawn Richardson right now in second. Jay Jefferson third. 2 cars that we haven't really mentioned all day long. Mathis Wells in fourth. We mentioned him a lot. And Riley Spurgeon was right now fifth. They have Eli Bright, Jennifer Beeford, DeLello, time with Lloyd for the points lead. Then Colton Yo and Brandon Beal. That's the front 10. Don't count out Curtis, Minnick, Shones, Jeff Bright, and Evans. They're inside the top 15 with 9 to go. We're back to racing. And a nice jump for the front 2. Lloyd and Richardson get away from the 19 behind. Jefferson didn't really get going, but might get around 2 here. He did kind of slide wide. That allowed the front 2 to open up a little bit more of a gap. Now he's sliding wide again. Here comes Wells to the inside for third. Wells has maybe led the most laps here today. He's had a really strong car. We'll see if he can try and get up here in these final 8 laps. His teammate Keyshawn Richardson battles for lead in turns 1 and 2, but Lloyd able to maintain the 21 out front. Spurgeon low on Jefferson for 4th. That might bring Eli Bright for 5th. As they battle off 4. Lloyd still out front, Richardson still in second. 7 laps to go in Iowa. Eli Bright for 4th to turn 1. Meanwhile, Lloyd and Richardson both side up the track, but they're all sliding up the track. No one able to maintain the bottom. Into 3. Danny Lloyd sliding wide. This time Richardson to the bottom. The 10 cars underneath the 21, side by side for the lead. 6 laps to go in Iowa. Keyshawn the preferred inside lane. Lloyd the outside. Still door to door. The 10 with a slight advantage to turn 3. Trying to slide up in front of the 21. Maybe some contact. Keyshawn Richardson out front for colleague. His teammate Wells to second. Eli Bright got by for 4th. Here comes Jay Jefferson back for 5th. DeLello's on Jennifer Buford as Lloyd slots in 3rd. Looking for a cross under. Wells underneath Keyshawn as the 10 slides up the track. Also, big to mention, yellow flag would end this race early. Wells slides up in front of teammate Keyshawn. Here comes Lloyd back to the bottom of the 21. He'll be back for the lead. Wells leads the lap. 4 to go. Eli Bright's now in contention in the 8. Eli to 3rd. As it's a Chevy 1, 2, 3, 4. Down the back. 3 to go at the line. Danny Lloyd out in front. Eli Bright to 2nd. Keyshawn Richardson looking low. Keyshawn to the bottom with 3 to go. That's for 2nd though. Here comes DeLello. Lloyd slides wide. Keyshawn holds the bottom, but can't get the power down. Lloyd able to clear him out the top side. 2 to go at the line. Danny Lloyd still out in front, but here comes a hungry Keyshawn Richardson and Mathis Wells. 2 to go. Wells in 3rd, the only colleague car not to win so far this season. He might be bottom of 3 for the lead. They slide onto the apron for the 16. As there's a car stopped, does the yellow come out? The yellow is out. This is a race for the win. Wells onto the apron. He has to slow. Keyshawn Richardson is by for the lead. And Keyshawn Richardson is going to win the race. As the car stopped on the track, the yellow came out. I think that was the 15 of Matthew Burnett. And it was. The yellow is called. The race is over. And Mathis Wells gives one up at the end to his teammate Keyshawn Richardson, who will win for the second time this season in the Target Series. He won the second race at Michigan. He'll now win here at Iowa. I believe he's the first driver this season to win multiple races, as Keyshawn's come take the checkered flag in the 10 car over Daniel Lloyd, who's going to maintain the points lead, as DeLello also finishes a top 5. So they're going to be still close in points, but checkers are out. Keyshawn Richardson wins the race in Iowa, the Advanced Auto Parts 250. Lloyd, Bright, Wells, and DeLello round out the top 5 after a frantic fight to the caution flag. Burnett, the reason for the yellow, he just stopped on the track. Let's go see the finish results and the updated points after Iowa. Here's how they finished in the Advanced Auto Parts 250 at the Iowa Speedway. 3 caution flags today for 9 laps, one of which ended the race early. In 17 lead changes, 8 different drivers out in front today in Iowa. And the one leading at the end at the right time as the yellow came out, Keyshawn Richardson. A power move to get by teammate Mathis Wells and clear Daniel Lloyd, wins the 10 the race. Lloyd led the most laps of 14 today, best to sell for a second place finish. Eli Bright ends up in 3rd. Mathis Wells also led a good chunk of laps, 13, so he and Lloyd combined to lead 27 of the laps. They end up 2nd and 4th, and Zachary DeLello rounds out the top 5, keeping Daniel Lloyd within reach for that points lead. Colton Yale ends up in 6th, Jay Jefferson 7th, Jennifer Beeford 8th, Jeff Bright in 9th, and Riley Sprague with the 22 completes the top 10. Ronan Kurse, Bronson Mick, Jonathan Beeford, Brandon Beal, Marshall Burrow complete the top 15. A lot of those names we didn't really mention today. Beeford, a really, really good recovery. Started back in the 40th position, gets up for a top 15. Might not have been the greatest of days for the double zero, but a really, really good recovery after a poor qualifying position. We look down here, a lot of these guys down here involved in crashes had some damage. Eric Olson from pole, 25th for him. After being involved in the first yellow, cars one lap down. Landon Lyons, Nolan Lawrence, Code Red, Jose Mills, Brett Sierra, Burnett as well, along with Jay Brando. Falling laps down, cars out for Zidell Hernandez, Galloway, Oskin, McTrain, Jake Richardson, Jansen, and Sarland. Let's now go see the points after 9 races. 9 races into the season. Here are how the points look. And it is Daniel Lloyd back on top in the 21 by himself now, as he's 25 up on Zachary DeLello, who is now 2nd. Keyshawn Richardson, first driver to win multiple races this season, moves up to 3rd in points. Colton Yeo is now 4th, and Levi Shones is right now in 5th. Eli Bright back up to 6th. Kenny Waller's down to 7th. Conrad Evans right now in 8th. Landon Lyons in 9th, and Anthony Hernandez 11 rounds out the top 10. And those front 2 points have really gapped themselves. You can see right there, they are basically 100 points up on the next highest, Keyshawn Richardson. So they have a pretty good gap over the rest of the field. If the chase were to start today, wild card to Jake Richardson, and wild card to Justin Zidell, as Richardson the only winner right now for 11th to 20th in points, and Zidell the highest in 11th right now, as he's only 2 out of the top 10, which is right now held by the 11 of Anthony Hernandez. Right here, Burrow and Mills are within 20 points of the top 20, so if they get up, they have wins, they get a wild card spot. Samet Oskin right now 29th, he's also pretty close, he still has a shot to get up there as well, but drivers at the bottom that really need to recover and are running out of time. You have Jeff Bright back in 31st, Luke Rainey in 34th, Code Red and Brett Sierra, Nolan Lawrence, Ross McTrain, but these 2 down at the bottom you really have to be worried about. Jay Brando 110 points back of his nearest guy, and Brendan Sarland even further back of him. So those 2 right now, they're basically a race behind 38th in points. So they need to really, really start going if they want to have a shot at this chase, and it's looking very unlikely for those 2 right now. They've not had great seasons whatsoever. Randall still does not have a top 10 this season in the 74. Looking forward to race number 10 of the season. We'll return to this track after a long absence. We'll go racing at Kansas for the ARP 300. I'll see you guys then.